Hare Krishna. Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you all are doing well. This is Ritendra Rathod and I am preacher of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, and today I come with very special lecture. Today I am going to compare Shrimad Bhagavad Gita with nepotism and what Lord Krishna say about nepotism. So before I start my lecture, I would like to introduce Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. This is Shrimad Bhagavad Gita as it is written by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Mahaprabhupada from ISKCON temple, and this is a most authentic source, and this is the best version of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, and I would ever like to study read Shrimad Bhagavad Gita from this book, because this is the best version, and this is a neither religious book nor spiritual book, but in true sense it is a pure book of the science and humanity, and I am only trying to propagate a humanity on basis of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, and trying to morally motivate to those people who are actually frustrated and attempted to commit suicide. So we all have to read Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. Many people would like to perceive Shrimad Bhagavad Gita and put into the temple and put into the sacred place, but it is not it is not right way to worship Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. If we really want to worship Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, then we will have to follow in our real life, in our true life. We will have to read Shrimad Bhagavad Gita in our daily life. So let's start nepotism and Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. Actually, nepotism is a burning topic, and many people would like to many people would like to raise a voice against nepotism in a Bollywood, in a Tollywood, in a Mollywood, in a Sandalwood, and many industries. There is a nepotism. If the father is an actor, then he or director or producer, then particularly in cinema, then that particular father would like to give a chance to his relative, his daughter, son, like that. So it is called a nepotism or favoritism. So let's talk about favoritism or nepotism. The concept of the nepotism is something like, we have to understand what is the concept. The concept of the nepotism is something like a favoritism in a political, economical, and any field by which they are influenced to get opportunity. They are influenced to get opportunity. Means it is very easy, means make a easy way for their relative, for their favorite people. So it is like create opportunity for their favorite people, for his or her relative or father or any family members. This is all about nepotism. And many people who consider nepotism as a wrong, and many talented people are not getting a chance. But what Lord Krishna said about that? So let's talk about that. Lord Krishna here said, however, there is a nepotism. However, there is a nepotism, there is a favoritism. But the person who would never lose their courage. Lord Krishna here clearly said, however, there is a nepotism or favoritism. But even this kind of situation, the person who would never lose their courage, the people who would never lose their courage, despite of there is a threefold of the miseries or struggle, then only that person's success will remain a long lasting. Only that person's success remain a long lasting. Lord Madhusudan also stated that someone who got an influence and get an opportunity, someone who got an opportunity by influence or by nepotism, by favoritism to come forward, then that person's success will never remain long lasting. So that person's success will never remain a long lasting. And to take a birth in a rich family is also depend upon the previous birth karma. And Lord Krishna also said, clarified that the unsuccessful yogi, Lord Krishna here clarified that the unsuccessful yogi in a previous birth, will get a birth in a rich family, will get a birth in a rich family to complete their sadhana or practice, to achieve a God or Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ultimate goal of each and every living entity is to get to surrender unto the Supreme Soul and get free from the cycle of the birth and death. Lord Krishna further stated that no one in this material world, Lord Krishna here said, clearly stated, no one in this material world who got everything in his life, but the person who has a courage. Lord Krishna here said, the person who has a courage to pass from the struggle, and bear all kind of the problems, and never sit quiet by not putting their best effort without having any kind of expectation, only achieve everything in their life. Lord Krishna here said, the person who has a courage to pass from the struggle, who has courage to bear all the problems, and putting his or her best effort without keeping any kind of expectation, will surely achieve everything in his life or her life. However, there is a nepotism in our life. But at the same time, we don't have to forget to put our best effort without keeping any expectation. So this is the most important. However, there is a nepotism in our life, in a industry, in a political aspect, in the economically, as well in a I think a film city or in a movie. Even then, if we are not putting our best effort, then what will happen? We will never come forward. So, however, there is a nepotism in our life, but at the same time, we don't have to forget to put our best effort without keeping any expectation. There is a nepotism. That means we don't have to keep quiet. We don't have to sit quietly. Similarly, we have to keep at the same time, simultaneously, we have to put our best effort without any kind of expectation. Then we will definitely overcome from the nepotism, and nepotism will never influence to us. That is said by Lord Krishna. Lord Krishna further stated, it is very easy to get everything by birth, like a born in a rich family. This is the most important. It is very easy to get everything by birth, like to born in a rich family. It is a depend upon the previous birth karma to take a birth in a rich family. At the same time, if we can't maintain whatever we got by birth in a lifelong, then it will surely accountable for the declination of the person. Then our soul will definitely get a degradation, and it will definitely decline. Means day by day it will definitely get declination by our soul, and it will definitely finish at the due course of the time if we can't maintain whatever we got. If we took a birth in a rich family and our objective is to get a Supreme Personality to Godhead, then we have to perform our prescribed duty and try to achieve Supreme Personality to Godhead. Otherwise, if we forget our real objective and associate in this material world and get a delusion from this material world, then what will happen? The one thing will happen, that we will get a declination. Lord further stated that it is very easy to get everything by birth, but it is very difficult to maintain. This is the most important. It is very easy to get everything by birth, but it is very difficult to maintain because of our bad karma. Our prosperity and wealth will get declining due to the due course of the time. For example, Ashwastama, who got all kind of knowledge and skill. Ashwastama, in the battle of the Mahabharata, let's talk about battle of Mahabharata. In the battle of Mahabharata, Ashwastama, who was a son of Guru Drona, who got all the knowledge and skill on account of his father Guru Drona's influence and skill. But later, due course of the time, due to bad karma of Ashwastama, he got declination of his all the knowledge and transcendental characteristics. So this is the most important. We have to maintain. And finally, Lord Krishna stated that we all have to We all have tried to be excellent rather than to be the best. We all have to be excellent person rather than to be best person, because there is a competition while we are comparing, means in a best to be a best, means while becoming a best there is a comparison, means we are comparing with other people and we are considering ourselves as a best. But in the way of excellent, we all have to get everything which are eligible, which are desirable to get, means we have to get, means everything we have to get in a way of excellent. Try to be excellent at a supreme level. If we try to get a supreme level, then we will surely achieve everything in our life, and nepotism will never touch to us. Nepotism will never influence to us. And such a knowledge which are required to get without compare to anyone. And if we can make ourselves excellent and try to get a knowledge and skill only without any comparison, then this nepotism will never influence to us. So this is all about nepotism and Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. So let's move toward the conclusion. About means people are thinking about nepotism, people are thinking about favoritism and all, but at the same time people are not able to put their best effort. The people who put their best effort easily overcome from the nepotism, and nepotism would never influence that particular people. So in order to overcome from the nepotism, we don't have to think about anything, whether the person who got who come forward by his parents influence, by his family member influence. It is none of our business. We have to focus on our karma. We have to do our niskam karma without keeping any expectation. If we are performing our prescribed duty, then nepotism and nothing will influence to us. Let's move toward the author opinion. Here I must have to say that we all have to read Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, because Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, and we all have to make our children to read Shrimad Bhagavad Gita, because if we could read it, and then we can curvature a good character of our son and daughter. And even Lord Krishna emphasized on the good character and moral values, and said that by a good character and moral value we can easily win over to all human beings. So thanks for listening me. I hope you all can understand very well. So this is all about nepotism and Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. Lord Krishna said similar things. Lord Krishna show all of us how to overcome from the nepotism, to do niskam karma without any expectation. And if we are not keeping any expectation, if we are not thinking about material thing, whether whoever come forward by parents influence or by relative influence, we don't have to think about anything. We only have to focus only on our karma, only on our work, only on our prescribed duty. Lord Krishna here said, Niyatam kuru karma tvam, Niyatam kuru karma tvam, karma jaya hi akarmana, karma jaya hi akarmana, sarira yatrapi chatena parisaddate natu akarmana. Sarira yatrapi chatena parisaddate natu akarmana. Lord Krishna here said, without getting any kind of influence, Parth, you have to perform your prescribed duty. Working is rather better than not working. Lord Krishna here said, to do something is rather better than not doing anything. So working is rather better than not working. And Lord Krishna further said, if we are not putting our best effort, if we are not doing our prescribed duty, then we can't maintain our physical body. Physical body and maintain of our soul can only be possible by doing our prescribed duty, by performing our prescribed duty. This is said in verse number 8, chapter number 3 of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. Verse number 8, chapter number 3 of Shrimad Bhagavad Gita. So thanks for listening me. I hope you all can understand very well. If you are having any question, then put a comment. So thank you so much. Hare Krishna.